Fuck. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Some stream issues with the internet fixed here. We are back live. Team Irvine Xtreme trailing by 4, 9-13 here in set number 1 against Rukkus. Nice high cross-court swing. Is that ball in? No, not quite. Just barely out of bounds. Off the swing of Matt Evans. Number 9 in gray and red for Rukkus on the near side of your screen. This is Keone Coronado, number 3 in navy for Team IX. Good jump spin serve handled by Liam Maxwell. Evans again, hammered sharp cross court one-on-one. Outstanding delivery from Jeff Schmitz. Perfect pass by Humes off the tape. Humes into the block and squirts it through onto the Rukkus side. Number 5 in Navy, Mason Humes, outside hitter out of Arizona State. This Irvine Xtreme team, very, very young, especially at the pins. Exciting to see these guys grow in their experience on the weekend. This is Taylor Galliano. Nice rip out of the middle blocker spot. Jansen out of the back row, hammered down the line, off the ceiling, kept alive. What a bump set that was by Mon. Jansen again through a small seam in the block and down. And number 14 in gray and red, Eric Jansen, has had a lot of offensive action so far. First thing in the morning in this match, 6'7" opposite out of Grand Canyon University here in Phoenix, is Eric Jansen. This is Jacob Thanen, number 22 in gray and red, to serve for Rukkus, 6'7", middle blocker out of Stanford. Nice high jump serve contact, hand pass by Lou. Humes, a brilliantly smart shot. Swipes that tip shot off the hands of Jeff Schmitz and out of play. A really smart out-of-system pin hitter choice. Like I talked about a lot yesterday, hitters at this high of a level don't necessarily fear the block. Sometimes they try and go for it on purpose. They use it to their advantage. Like Humes just did there, wiping it off the block for a kill. Sometimes throwing it into the high hands to get it covered back on their side. Or hitting it as hard as they can, just trying to get the fingertips. A lot of ways that hitters at this high of a level can use the block to score. It's part of the ways that makes blocking such a difficult skill at this level. That's DuPont through a seam in the block, dug by Como beautifully by Rukkus. Maxwell into the block. That pancake play was made. Oh, and a free ball kill. Irvine Xtreme fell asleep. I think they thought that play was over. And a terrific pancake play made on the Rukkus side. Jeff Schmitz sends it over, ends up with the kill in definitely unconventional fashion. Barry hammered wrist away out of the middle. And we saw this for Irvine Xtreme yesterday as they got more comfortable setting middle throughout the match. It's obviously dependent on serve receive, but Keaton Barry and Taylor Galliano, both very effective weapons. Ooh, misconnection that time between Capriccio and Schmitz. Maybe a miscommunication about the spacing on that middle attack run. And talking about middle offense, the margin of error is so slim with the tempo that they're trying to run that stuff at. That ball is into the ceiling, kept alive by Jansen, but can't quite be sent over the net inside the antennas. Maxwell over the top of the block, dug by Humes. Nice and high into the ceiling, handled by Mon Coronado. And a net violation that time committed by Rukkus. Irvine Xtreme is right back into this thing at 16-17, and that's going to be a Rukkus timeout. We knew this match would be competitive. I'm going to take this opportunity in the timeout to explain a little bit about how VLA Tier 2 works. So both of these squads, part of VLA Tier 2, a kind of a new initiative by the VLA Board of Directors as a model for growth in the league. Professional volleyball leagues in Europe employ this a very similar model with several different tiers of leagues where teams and players move up or down based on competitive level or organizational fit and all that sort of stuff. You have minor league structures here in the U.S. for professional sports, so a model that we're using to grow the VLA now is, given all of the interest that the league has gotten from teams interested in joining, we're giving them an opportunity to join VLA Tier 2, compete in our regular season events, and eventually perhaps join VLA Tier 1 during some off seasons. Nice swing by Jansen over the block that time. Did he get the touch? No, not quite. So both of these teams showing their stuff this weekend and a lot to prove towards eventual promotion to VLA Tier 1. Repeat set to Jansen, high into the hands of DuPont. Nice reaction on the cover. Oh, that ball's kept alive really well by Coronado. Jansen again, dug by Humes. But right into the net and can't quite be scooped out. Rukkus takes a much-needed point to break the tie, now 18-17. Thanks for rolling with us, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of internet connectivity issues in the gym this morning. Should be good from here on out. I'm Rob St. Clair. Thanks for checking in with the Volleyball League of America YouTube channel. Perfect pass that time. Barry high off the hands, and a stab by Maxwell. Can't quite keep it alive. Barry again, a very effective float server. Taylor Galliano back to the front rows, the other middle for Team IX. And just as I praised Barry's serving, he misses that one just out of bounds. This is Nick Capriccio, the middle blocker, float serving for Rukkus. Working on Coronado, perfect pass. Back all the way to DuPont, who absolutely explodes on that ball, sharp cross court. What a rip that is by number 7 in Navy. Aaron DuPont, 6'1", opposite out of Honolulu. Played at Hope International University. He's got a cannon for a left arm. Excellent delivery that time by setter Noli Mon as well for Team IX. Excellent set. Oh, what a play by Lou that is defensively. This ball's into the ceiling, a little bit confusion, but sent over as a free ball. Where does Schmitz go here? Back to Jansen, one-on-one, and he's rejected by Coronado. What a huge move by number 3 in Navy, Keone Coronado. My goodness, what a block. That ball set maybe a little bit too tight. Jansen trying to bury it cross court. But Coronado with a great read. Nice float serve by DuPont. This is Jansen again on the repeat set, higher for the block, dug by Humes, into the ceiling, kept alive. Coronado, and he's rejected by Jansen in return. Nice little one-on-one battle happening there, and we have a very competitive set here. Serving 20. Tied up, of course, we play best 3 out of 5 sets to 25 points. You must win by 2. This one could be headed for extras. Oh, a net violation committed there by somebody. It was Thanen of Rukkus. So Irvine Xtreme sides out on the blocking mistake, and I think it'll be Keone Coronado back to serve. Yes, it will. Rotation 4 receive here for Rukkus. Matt Evans, Jacob Thanen, the front row hitters, along with setter Jeff Schmitz. 21-20. Perfect pass by Como. Over the top of the block, Thanen, did he get the touch? No, he did not, and a hitting error off a very good pass by number 21 in blue, the libero, Garrett Kamizarek, nicknamed Como out of the University of Hawaii. Coronado again, trying to jump serve that ball down the line, misses it wide. But now Rukkus needs a point on serve. Otherwise, 3 side outs for Team IX, and they win this set. Matt Evans, outside hitter out of Long Beach State. Number 9 in red and gray. Who does he go after with the float serve here? Working on Humes, the front row outside hitter. Passed well off the net. He'll get this ball a little bit outside the antenna. Nice high swing. Into a little bit of a high seam between Thanen and Schmitz. And Humes doing a nice job in that matchup so far. And a good offensive court sense by No Liman, the setter. Picking on the slightly smaller blocker and Jeff Schmitz. This Rukkus team is big across the board. But Humes having his way with that matchup right now, and this is Galliano, a big serve here for Team IX. Just missed wide on that hooking jump spin serve. But now Thanen with a jump spinner who can definitely be dangerous. Perfect pass by Humes. Barry destroyed through a seam, wrist away out of the middle. And Irvine Xtreme has 2 set points here, 24-22 after a really nice comeback. They started down 4-0 early. We're down as many as 5. Now they have a chance to win this set. Maxwell is roofed by DuPont, and that is it. What a move that is by number 7 in Navy, and Irvine Xtreme is on the board. What a start. Very impressive performance by the young team Irvine Xtreme. And we might have a little bit of a Southern California rivalry developing here. I love to see it. A lot more volleyball coming your way. Stay tuned for set 2. Oh, totally.
Go from playable air everywhere to
I think we already got a ball stuck in up here during warm-ups.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. What's the over/under on that?
On the ball game.
How many balls do we get stuck? Let's say.
I'll take put the line at 3 at least. That might be low. That might be really low.
Yeah, different.
Different. The over on whatever it is.
I feel that.
If I put it to 3, I think it's plenty of money. And they blow the back.
Oh, okay, perfect. We were wondering that. Thank you. Set number 2 coming your way live from the southeastern Phoenix area. This is Rob St. Clair. Thanks again for tuning in live on the VLA YouTube channel for this budding VLA Tier 2 Southern California rivalry. Team Irvine Xtreme, the younger team by far and less experienced, but proving that they cannot be overlooked. Coming back from at least a 4-point deficit and stealing set number 1, 25-22. Some good volleyball being played here so far. Irvine Xtreme and Navy serving now on the near side of your screen. Rukkus in rotation 6 receive. Excellent set against the flow by Schmitz to Jansen, who rips it off the block, and Mason Humes and out of play, and Rukkus is on the board first. Thanks everyone for watching. Let me know in the YouTube chat where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. I'm looking at the live YouTube chat pretty much the entire match. That's a nice put away by Keaton Berry out of the middle. I like to be interactive here with the VLA. You should be able to see in the YouTube description the schedule for the rest of the matches all weekend long. A ton of great volleyball coming your way all day long. This is the first of 4 matches here on Saturday. Maxwell squirts it through the block and down on the Irvine side. Good jump spinner by Maxwell. Excellent pass by Kevin Liu. This is DuPont on the right side, high off the hands of Matt Evans, the blocker, and out of play. And Aaron DuPont has been really impressive so far. Kind of got this hesitant, like patient sort of approach. Doesn't really explode off the floor, just uses his pure arm talent to use the block. And you saw him hammer one cross-court one-on-one in the last set. It's not like he's just looking for hands. Nice cover that time by Ajax. Jansen's going to have a look at this again. Another good high swing and a diving play made by Humes. Free ball coming. Evans tipped over, handled by Galliano. Barry keeps this alive, but a diving Humes can't send it over on contact number 3. A much-needed point that time for Rukkus. They lead 3-2. This will be Nick Capricio, 6'5" middle blocker out of Huntington Beach, California. Played Division III at NYU in New York City, graduating in 2014. Perfect pass by Humes. This is DuPont on the right side, high into the hands. Nice play by Capricio to keep it alive. Bump set over to Jansen. Is that ball out of bounds? Yes, well watched by Kevin Liu. This Irvine Xtreme team, man, they look good. They are young, they are scrappy, and they are springy and explosive. I like the athletes, and I like already how they've come together as a team after only 2 matches, and that's definitely a double contact there from Jeff Schmitz. Called immediately. Pretty aggressive float serve that time from DuPont. Drifts just long. And now Eric Jansen, who's had the lion's share of the offensive looks for Rukkus so far, back to the service line, tied up at 4 here in set number 2. Pass kind of into the ceiling by Humes. Well read by Mon. Slapped into the block and over by Coronado. Transition opportunity here. Evans, cross court. Dug by Liu into the back wall. I'm not sure that that's still in play. Rukkus again. Yeah, Evans puts it away, but that is a good call. These nets that are effectively the side and back walls are, in fact, out of play. So a nice heavy arm that time by Matt Evans, number 9 in gray and red. Long Beach State grad in 2014. This is Jansen again. Perfect pass by Humes. DuPont. Oh, what a diving play that is by Como. Coronado, sharp cross court and right on the sideline. Outstanding footwork and high hard swing by number 3 in Navy. Keone Coronado doing a great job getting his feet inside of that ball and taking a high hard swing. Rotation 4 receive here for Rukkus. Thanen and Evans, the front row hitters, with Jansen a heavy option out of the back row. Perfect pass. Thanen tipped cross body out of the 31, but just missed the sideline. That ball maybe a tiny bit underset. And Irvine Xtreme takes the lead on the hitting error. Coronado again, working down the line. Perfect pass by Como again. Oh, outstanding setter dump. Jeff Schmitz really nicely over his right shoulder. And as a front row setter, fully within his rights to take the offense into his own hands on contact number 2, something that you'll see setters do all weekend long. Perfect pass by Lou. Humes high into the hands of Thanen and well out of play. Nice swing by number 5 in Navy, and that sends Taylor Galliano back to the line. Number 13 in Navy, 6'5", another Grand Canyon guy from Norco, California. Missed a little bit short of the jump serve that time. Tied up at 7 here. See if Thanen can put the pressure on. Rotation 6 receive here for Team IX. Foot fault called immediately, plus the serve out of bounds by Jacob Thanen. Tough pass by Evans. This is Commiserect. That's got to be a double contact. No, not called. DuPont into the tape. I am stunned that that's not a ball handling error by Como the libero that time. But we're definitely letting them play. Tied up at 8 now. Rukkus catches a break. Tough pass by Coronado. This is Humes out of system into the block, and he's rejected. No coverage there. And a good move by Nick Capricio, taking away that low cross-court angle. Barry into the block, and another stuff block caught by Capricio, this time reading the middle block of Keaton Barry. 2 in a row for Rukkus, and a nice little run here, capitalizing on that forgiving call on ball handling a couple points ago. Humes on the right side, down the line. I think he missed it wide. Yes, indeed. Good positioning by Como with his left foot on the sideline. Knew a ball to his left was out of bounds, and now a 3-point lead. Good pass that time by Coronado. Somehow DuPont with the hammer on the left side sneaks it through the Rukkus block and down, and a big side out for Irvine. Nine serving 11. Maxwell through a small seam on the right side. Number 24 in gray and red, Liam Maxwell, quietly had a very good match yesterday against the Phoenix Ascension. Manahawkin, New Jersey native, played at Belmont Abbey. Good jump serve there, but an even better pass by Humes. High into the hands by DuPont. Wasn't sure which side of the net that was going to land on. It lands just on the Rukkus side, and a good side-out kill by number 7 in Navy once again. Now Keaton Barry back to serve. Nice short float serve. This is going to come all the way to the outside to Evans. Cross court dug by Barry, but just a little bit out of play. Matt Evans, number 9 in gray and red. Not a big guy by any means. It's 6'1", but has a tremendously good arm. Now Capricio back to serve for Rukkus. Short serve takes the setter completely out of play. This is Coronado against 2 blockers. And he finds a way, pinballing through the arms of Jacob Thanen. I've been impressed by both teams, really, but Irvine especially, their out-of-system pin-hitting offensive choices. This is Jansen on the right side. I think that's a stuff block by Coronado, maybe assisted a little bit by the tape, and Irvine Xtreme once again back within one here. Perfect pass by Evans. Good repeat set to Jansen that time. Down the line, what a dig by Lou. Coronado rolled over the top, dug by Como. Down the line, Evans with a beautiful crossbody chop shot right on the sideline. Nice vision, nice range. And the Irvine block is going to let him have that. They're going to let Aaron DuPont and Noli Mon, the right back defenders, dig that ball instead of letting the block try and take it away. Nicely taken advantage of by Evans that time. Here's Jansen. Oh, right in between the seam of Coronado and Humes, confusing the two of them and generating an ace. Jump serving and float serving, for that matter, not all about how much heat you can put on it. It's all about location. If you can put it right in between a seam between two passers, that will be a very effective serve. This time right at Coronado, perfect pass. Keone on the left side, high into the hands of Thanen. And Jansen can't quite change direction fast enough to pick it up. 13-15 now. Rukkus with a 2-point lead. Coronado adjusting to a toss a little bit behind him. Perfect pass by Evans. Evans high into the hands, off the ceiling, picked up by Humes. DuPont on the right side. Nice block touch by Evans. Bick to Maxwell. Barely clears the tape. Picked up by Mon. Galliano on two, but he's rejected by Thanen and Evans. And that was a nice point there. Some good offense and some good blocking by both teams. And I think, not sure what the call is going to be here. Irvine Xtreme is celebrating. What's the call? Oh, okay. I think a center line violation going to be the call. Maybe on the Liam Maxwell follow through from the pipe attack. Both of his feet over the center line, according to our down officials. So, big break there for Irvine. They're back within one, 14-15. Good rip that time by Coronado. Jansen out of the back row, just a tiny bit long, well watched by Lou. And a timeout by Rukkus after their 2 or 3 point lead has slipped away. We're tied up at 15 here. This Irvine Xtreme team proving that they are no joke. And the connection between Schmitz and Jansen, I think what might be happening just a little bit is Schmitz trying to push tempo. But Jansen, a big guy, touches very high, 6'7", wants that ball just a little bit higher to utilize his size. Especially out of the back row. If he has to catch up to that ball a little bit too much, it can produce that long hitting error like we've seen. Coronado serving for Team IX out of the timeout on a nice little run here. Perfect pass. Evans crushes that ball through the block and down, and a big side out that time by Rukkus after a good, well-timed timeout. Good float serve by Evans. Perfect pass by Lou. This is Humes on the left side. A late move by Thanen produces a pretty good touch, but a net violation is the call. And something definitely touched the net. I'm not sure if it was Thanen or the ball. Thanen complaining. But Irvine walks away with a point here. We're tied up at 16. Galliano with the float serve this time. Overpassed by Evans, but what a win on the joust by Jeff Schmitz. An outstanding play by number 7 in gray and red. And anybody who's played volleyball or watched for long enough knows that there's something about players at the setter position that makes them just so likely to win those joust plays. Ace serve, Jacob Thanen. Excellent rip to Keone Coronado's left. And again, a well-located jump serve into a seam, causing a little bit of indecision for the Irvine passers. 2-point lead here for Rukkus, 18-16. Another good rip and a perfect pass by Coronado. High touch and a diving Evans can't quite make the play off the block touch of Schmitz. And another good swing by Mason Humes, high off the hands. Back to rotation 1 for Irvine, serving. Schmitz in row 6 with Maxwell and Thanen. Oh no, that's Capriccio, excuse me. His middle blocker in the front row. See where he goes here. Maxwell off the platform, set on the outside, and an excellent choice, wiping that ball off the block of Aaron DuPont. Seen both teams have a little bit of success with that same offensive move. Now Jeff Schmitz. Nice float serve that time. Handled pretty well by Coronado. This is Humes on the right side. Rolled over the top. A diving Como makes the play. Jansen high off the hands. A diving Lou makes that play. Both liberos are everywhere right now. But the block on the tip out of the middle by Capriccio again is good. Nick Capriccio having an impact on the blocking end here in this set. And the lead now is 3 for Rukkus. 2017 trying to level this match at a set apiece. Good competitive match here first thing in the morning. We'll be right back. .2017, Schmitz out of the timeout. A big point right here to decide this set. Humes, a little tight on the right side, blocked into his head, but back over on the Rukkus side. Stabbed, kept alive, sent over by Lou. Is it in? No, not quite. That ball just barely out of bounds. What a crazy play. Mason Humes got absolutely clamped one-on-one by Liam Maxwell, but back into his head and over. That ball could have gone anywhere. DuPont on the left side through the block of Jansen and down, and Irvine Xtreme stays alive and within 3. Rotation 1 receive here. Good hand pass by Maxwell. This is Jansen on the left side, down the line. Outstanding swing by number 14 in gray and red. No Liman can't make the play. Maxwell now. He likes that thumb-up jump serve. See if he goes after the seam between Lou and Humes. Right at Humes. Perfect pass. DuPont over the top of the block, down the line, dug by Evans. Or no, it's Maxwell, excuse me. Sent over as a free ball, handled by Humes. Barry, wrist away again. And the middle attack has been kind of absent for Irvine since early in the set, and a good time to bring it back there as Keaton Barry registers the kill and goes back to serve. Jansen down the line off of, wow, kicked by Humes in the second contact, with Barry just barely unable to make that defensive play. 23-19 now. Rukkus on the verge of tying this match up at a set apiece. This is Capriccio. DuPont's hammered down the line. What a left arm that guy has. DuPont back to serve after that kill. Needing to apply a little bit of service pressure. A ton of room to Como's right on the Rukkus side. Jansen hammered down the line on the right side, and that is the set connection that I was looking for. Nice and high. Don't need to force speed to a big guy like Eric Jansen. Let him go up and get it. He exploded on that ball down the line. Now set point for Rukkus, 24-20. 4 chances to take set 2 here first thing in the morning. Excellent passing move by Lou, but just barely overpassed and tapped to the floor by Matt Evans, and that's it. Rukkus comes back after letting set 1 slip through their fingers. They win set number 2, 25-20, and we are going at least 4 here first thing in the morning, ladies and gentlemen. Back in a few minutes with more VLA regular season action between these two Tier 2 SoCal rivals. We'll be right back. Ooh, very interesting lineup wrinkle here for Rukkus. Number 1 in gray and red, Michael Wexler into the match. An absolute superstar opposite, but I think... Wexler, are you setting? Oh, sweet. Confirmed, Michael Wexler in as a setter. I know he's played this position before. Luis Palos, number 10 in gray and red, into the match as well, replacing Liam Maxwell at the outside hitter spot. This is going to be very interesting to watch for Rukkus here in set number 3. Generates an overpass right away. That's got to be some kind of call, and a back row block is the correct one. Mon, a back row setter that time for Irvine Xtreme in rotation 1. Wexter, we know he can serve independent of position, and a foot fault that time, even on the float serve, just as I praise his serving ability. Let's see what happens here with the Rukkus offense. Oh, able to run the middle tack right away. Wexter Capricio, but Barry is there for the one-on-one stuff block. Man, this is really interesting. I did not expect this. Tough pass that time by Como. Platform set by Jansen all the way out to the right side to Palace. Free ball here for Team IX. Oh, that ball hit the antenna somehow, and I believe that's IX's point. Yeah, I think Palos hit... Oh, wait. Who touched the ball last before the ball hit the antenna? Okay, that's going to be a Rukkus point. The ruling is that the set hit the antenna before Palos touched it. So the ball out of bounds against Irvine Xtreme. The score now 3-1. Coronado down the line, overcut and out of bounds. Missed opportunity one-on-one. And both teams here opting to leave the line at the blocking spots, just taking the cross-court angle away from the pin hitters. Palos misses that float serve short. Rotation 2 receive here for newly minted setter Michael Wexter and Team Rukkus. Evans, Jansen, and Capricio, the front row hitters. Platform set out to Evans. Cross court dug by Barry. Coronado slaps it over on 2. Wexter's out of the play. This will be Como to Evans on the left side. Rolled and just a little bit too short. The Rukkus offense so far, I mean, it's very early. We're tied up at 4. It hasn't suffered that much with Wexter on the floor. Well, we'll see how this develops if Rukkus sticks with this lineup permutation. That's a really good step from Wexter. Jousted into the block, but covered off of Jansen. Evans threw a small seam in the block and down. Wexter, just a sensational athlete. Interested to see what he can do in the setter position when he gets to the front row. And another lineup change. Now number 27 in gray and red, Kaveen Vaz, middle blocker out of Pepperdine. Into the match for Rukkus. DuPont high off the hands of Evans and out of play. And that is not the first, nor will it be the last time we see DuPont score a point in that exact way. Just hitting the ball as high as he can. DuPont float serve working on Como. Nice set by Wexter back to Jansen and off the block and out of play. Jeff Schmitz, Rukkus' only true setter on the roster this weekend. I see him on the sideline massaging his legs. That's a lot of volleyball for a 32-year-old in one weekend, so I kind of like this move to put Wexter in to give him a break. This is Coronado way inside and stuffed by Wexter with Vaz there as well. 2 former Pepperdine teammates who have blocked a lot of balls next to one another in their day. Combining again here on the VLA stage. Now Jansen again, once again with the jump spinner. Rukkus leading 7-5. Good rip, clips the tape. Perfect pass by Lou. Good blocking move by Mon, the front row setter. Evans chopped down the line, dug by DuPont. This is Humes out of the back row, wrist away, dug by Como. Wexter to Jansen out of the back row. Was there a touch on its way out of bounds? No, there was not. Irvine takes the point that time. Coronado back to serve. Question, how many are on the roster for each team here? Rukkus has 10. Irvine Xtreme, I believe, has 11. Was 12, but there was an injury yesterday. Now Matt Evans out of Long Beach State, serving for Rukkus, up 8-6. Mon, the front row setter. Where does he go here? On the slide to Galliano, and he's absolutely roofed by Luis Palos. Welcome to the match number 10 in gray and red. Palos is 6'7", good-sized outside hitter out of Cal Baptist University. Played for that program right before it was cut in 2017. Humes through the block of Vaz, and Como can't make the play cross court. Nice swing by number 5 in Navy that time. Shoutouts to Dan Menely, 5-1 volleyball in the chat. If you really like volleyball, you can tune in to the European Volleyball Show featuring Dan and myself every Friday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern on the CEV European Volleyball YouTube channel. Tipped into the block and covered by Paulus. Really smart play that time. This is a back row ball to Jansen over the block and off the touch and out of play. Nice choice that time by Paulus, tipping that ball into the block to cover himself. And a question, yes, we are playing off the ceiling in this gym. Ceilings are really low, and we would be ending a lot of points way too early if we didn't do that. Pretty much the exact opposite of playing in an NFL stadium from yesterday. Ooh, set over on 2 by Mon, kept alive. This is Humes, tipped over the block. A diving Jansen makes the play. Capricio to Palos, sharp cross court is dug. But a diving Mon can't make the pancake play and keep it off the floor. And another point for Rukkus. Served by Kavin Vaz. This is DuPont out of the back row, down the line, stabbed at, one-handed by Vaz. Palos, even though that ball hit the ceiling, sends it over, tapped up by Barry. Humes, cross-court, dug by Vaz again, and dumped over on 2. What a play that is, Nick Capricio. The middle blocker disguising the set, turns it into a pretty good-looking set or dump. Middle blocker to middle blocker that time. Shoutouts to Everett from Volleyball Source in the chat, making fun of American volleyball rules. The ceiling rule is common in the U.S., but not common in the VLA. It's actually just for this day only in this gym. Normally we play ceiling is out of bounds. Kill that time by Humes off the block, sends Mon back to the service line. 8 serving 12. Palos a little bit outside the antenna, picked up off the tip. This will be Lou, platform set out to Humes. Rolled over the top, and Jansen makes the play. Palos out of system. Did he get the touch? Yes, he did. Right on the end line. Excellent swing by number 10 in gray and red. (13-8), a 5-point lead here for Rukkus with an opposite setting the offense. DuPont a little bit out of alignment with that ball. Gives a transition opportunity here. Wexter, a little bit of a setting mistake that time into the antenna before Jansen can get to it a little bit too tight. So a break for Irvine to get them out of rotation 1. Humes now with a good jump spin serve. No, he's going for the floater this time, working on Como. Oh, nice set that time by Wexter. Was that like a reverse-handed set? What on earth was that? Capricio puts it away through the block and down. Wexter having a blast out there. Nice short serve by Palos. Perfect pass, and Barry destroyed crossbody out of the middle. Excellent range by number 10 in Navy. Keaton Barry out of Grand Canyon as well. Barry after that kill back to serve, down by 4, 10 serving 14, and now 15-10 after the float service error. This is a big front row right now. Just Vaz and Jansen both at about 6'7", along with Matt Evans for Team Rukkus. Perfect pass by Lou. Oh, one-handed set to Galliano, but right on cue, Kavin Vaz closes the door harshly. One-on-one stuff block out of the middle. And Rukkus here rolling in set number 3, 16-10. Good float serve down the line, working on Lou. Platform set out to Coronado. Into the block of Jansen, and another stuff block this time. Rukkus really flexing their size here in set number 3. Who does Mon go to here in rotation 3 receive? DuPont probably has the best matchup against the slightly smaller blocker, Matt Evans. Serve clips the tape. DuPont right on cue, down the line, and barely missed out of bounds. That's the right call. That ball was just an inch or two wide of the sideline. Good looking swing, but a tough break, and now the lead is 8. Service error that time by Capricio, but a nice run in that rotation. There's now a 7-point deficit for Irvine Xtreme. A lot to come back from against a team with Rukkus' firepower. Now giving Wexter a lot of freedom to set the offense. What a run that is from Wexter to Vaz. This guy's played together a year at Pepperdine after Vaz finished his degree at Cal Baptist after that program was cut. Played his last year of eligibility in graduate school at Pepperdine with Michael Wexter in 2019. But of all the time they spent together, I don't think it was ever a center-middle sort of connection, because Wexter was an All-American opposite back at Pepperdine a few years ago. This is Coronado from the service line for Irvine. Stop serving the libero, man. But it doesn't matter. Como is nails, but a good blocking move that time by Galliano gets revenge against Kevin Vaz. See if Irvine can string a couple points together here to make set number 3 interesting. That ball, that's in. I think that's an ace. That ball is definitely in, right inside the end line. Eventually admitted to by the Rukkus sideline. That's an ace serve by Keone Coronado, and sure enough, a couple points in a row here. Good pass that time by Palos. Wexter to Evans on the outside, and he's rejected by Galliano. Maybe a tiny bit underset, and Galliano takes away the cross-court angle. This is a fun match to watch, man. These two Tier 2 squads going at it, and some real fun wrinkles for the Rukkus offense. Rotation 4 here. See what Wexter does. Perfect pass. Right side to Jansen out of the back row. And another rejection. 2 in a row for Galliano. And a timeout by Rukkus. What was once an 8-point lead is now only 19-16. An excellent run by Irvine Xtreme off the Coronado serve and a couple blocks in a row by Grand Canyon's Taylor Galliano, number 13 for Irvine Xtreme. Nice fight being shown here by Irvine. We'll see if they can continue the run after the timeout. Coronado's got to serve this ball in. Coronado, passed by Palos. This is Evans, tipped into the block, kept alive. Where does Irvine go here in transition? Bick to Coronado! What a rip that is. I love seeing that wrinkle in the offense. Kind of the first time really used in system for either team. An excellent set choice by Mon and detonated by the server Coronado, who continues to go back there, trailing only by 2. Good pass that time by Como. Evans again, that time cross-court, touched and in, and that is exactly what Rukkus needed. Great point by Mikey in the chat. This did happen in the first set as well. Maybe a comeback of a little bit of a lesser magnitude in set 1 versus this if it does get pulled off, but Irvine was down at least 4, maybe 5 in set 1 before coming back to win 25-22. Down as many this time as 18-10, now 2017 Rukkus. This will be Humes against two big blockers, and another smart choice. Wiped off the block of Wexter and out of play. No problem that time for Humes, not afraid of a very big former Division I Pepperdine block. Casually wipes that off the block and keeps his team in this thing. Galliano serving 18-20. This got really interesting. Good jump serve, and even better pass by Como. Palos high into the hands, dug by Coronado. Going to be sent over as a free ball. Where does Wexter go here? Vaz on the back one off the block of Humes and out of play, and that's a really nice run. Well communicated between Vaz and Wexter. Foot serve by Vaz. Perfect pass by Coronado. Maz to Humes on the outside. What a block that is. One-on-one by Michael Wexter. Straight to the floor. Refusing to get tooled twice in a row. And that is a huge point for Rukkus now. 22-18. Quick tempo serve that time by Vaz right after the whistle. Missed connection that time. Free ball here for Wexter and Rukkus. Palos down the line. What a dig by DuPont, but overpassed. Stuff block barely kept alive. Vaz from his backside, but a double contact on the third contact sent over. Crazy point that time. Irvine Xtreme stays alive here now, 19-22. Blocked out of the middle, covered easily by Como. Wexter to the outside to Palos, through a seam in the block, dug by Coronado. Humes can run this down, but unfortunately into the ceiling and to the floor on the Irvine side. (23-19) as Wexter continues to figure out the offense from the center position. Nice bump set that time, sent over by Coronado. Another weird-looking piece of offense. Where does Mon go here? This is DuPont on the left side, the lefty, right inside the sideline, the deep cross-court corner. Gets Irvine out of rotation one. Really impressed by DuPont so far. Having a really nice match at that opposite spot. A little bit undersized at about 6'2", but an excellent left arm. Capricio tipped out of the middle, dug by Mon. Coronado, deep cross-court corner and in once again, and Irvine Xtreme back within two. Now 23-21, only the Rukkus lead, and they're going to call timeout here. Trying not to let a huge lead earlier in set number 3 here slip away. Rukkus with a huge opportunity here to side out of rotation one and generate a couple set points. Humes serving, perfect pass by Como. Palos through a seam in the block on the right side, dug by Humes, but just out of play. And a good timeout to make sure that that side out was achieved, and now 3 set point opportunities for Luis Palos and Team Rukkus. Good float serve, working on Coronado. This is DuPont on the right side, into the block. Actually, I believe the face of Nick Capricio through the tape, and that is it. 25-21. Rukkus fights off an inspired comeback attempt from almost 8 points by Irvine Xtreme, but Rukkus does eventually win the set. 25-21, the final score. And set 4 coming your way in just a few minutes, live on the VLA YouTube channel. Stay tuned. Shout outs to my Canadian friends in the chat. Everett, Dan, and Mikey. You guys are awesome. What is Rukkus going to do here lineup-wise in set number 4? They brought Michael Wexter in the set. They brought in Luis Palos. They brought in Kevin Vaz. Wexter will remain in as the setter, as will Palos, and we'll see about the second middle blocker spot. I actually kind of like this choice. Interesting starting rotation this time for Team Irvine Xtreme, starting serving in rotation 6 with Keaton Berry back there. Good float serve, forcing Capriccio to take it and taking him out of the offense. And a stuff block by Taylor Galliano. Outstanding serve that time by Keaton Berry. Totally forced Wexter's hand that time. Always good if you can force a middle blocker to receive serve. Rotation 6 receive here for Wexter and Rukkus. Palos high down the line off the block touch, overpassed on the dig. Wexter again, Palos this time way inside, tipped and handled by DuPont. Oh, nice set by Galliano. Another good block touch, though, keeps it alive. And the dump by Wexter is read like a book. Taylor Galliano with his second stuff block in a row. 2-0 Irvine here in set number 4. Oh, yeah, Mikey, you know I love that hot pepper emoji in the chat. Perfect pass. Palos rejected by Mon, kept alive somehow, and the pineapple kept alive by Humes. Little confusion on the bump set that time, and Barry sends that one practically all the way back to State Farm Stadium. Rukkus finally gets out of that rotation. Wexter back to serve, rotation 6 receive here. Galliano and Coronado, the front row hitters for Irvine. Good float serve that time by Rukkus. Kept alive on the setter dump. This is Jansen on the right side, high into the hands, kept alive by Humes. Excellent bump set that time by Mon, but thrown to the floor on kind of the joust by Eric Jansen, flexing his size. Why does Wexter know how to set? He actually set in high school. I don't think he ever set at Pepperdine, because why would they need him to do so? Nice dig by Wexter down the line. Galliano tipped. Wexter all the way to the outside to Palos. Cross court a little bit too sharp into the tape. Missed short. I'll have to ask Wexter later about exactly the extent of his setting career. I know he's done it before. Nice short serve that time. Jansen down the line, just inside the end line. Wexter doing a pretty decent job locating the ball to the pins out of some kind of weird situations. An important move long-term on the weekend for Rukkus, giving normal setter Jeff Schmitz some rest. You know they're going to need him as Rukkus plays a back-to-back here against the Phoenix Ascension in the next match. Humes with a huge bailout swing out of the back row, out of system, getting the better of the blocker Nick Capriccio that time. Coronado, who is a big part of the service run last set that got Irvine back into the set. What a crush that time by Jansen, but dug by Mon. Evans, a little bit outside the antenna, misses it, sharp cross court into the net, and another inspired defensive play by Irvine. This time Noli Mon, number 15 in Navy, the setter for Irvine. Local to the Phoenix area, playing some nice defense. Perfect pass. Wexter to Jansen again, sharp cross court. But Coronado has that ball slip right through his hands defensively. That sends Capriccio back to the line, and Kevin Vaz does indeed stay in the match here for Rukkus. DuPont over the block. Did he get the touch? None admitted to by Vaz or Evans. I didn't see one from where I'm sitting, pretty much right underneath your camera. So Rukkus levels it up at 5, and Capriccio serves again. Humes is absolutely clamped that time by Jansen. That is a massive block. Jansen combining with Kevin Vaz. I'd be surprised this time in serve receive if Mon doesn't go to DuPont with a little bit better of a blocking matchup against Matt Evans. 6'5" Rukkus. Well, Mon doesn't have to go anywhere. That serve missed out of bounds that time, letting Irvine off the hook. Galliano going with the jump spinner. Keeping that in place, short handle well by Como. This is Vaz! Absolutely destroyed cross-body. Look at that offensive range. Vaz hung in the air pretty much forever and had his pick of like hard wrist away or hard cross-body. I just love watching middle attackers with that kind of range at the highest levels. Perfect pass by Lou for Irvine. Another middle attack, this time by Barry. Sneaking it by Kevin Vaz. This is DuPont, the left-hander with the float serve against rotation 4 receive. But lets Rukkus off the hook with a service error. Tight set here in set 4, 8-7 Rukkus, Evans back to serve. Humes into the block of Vaz, but rattles through his hands and falls on the Rukkus side. That's a very important side out that time for Irvine. About as good of a blocking rotation as you'll see all weekend. Wexter, Vaz, and Palos. Easily 6'7" height on average. And now rotation 5 receive here. See where Vaz goes offensively. Can do some kind of weird things here with his approach path, but it doesn't matter as Humes float serves that ball just out of bounds. Vaz float serve working on Lou. Confuses him a little bit. This is Coronado out of system over the block. And Evans can't quite make the defensive play. Another nice out of system rip. Excellent hand contact that time by Keone Coronado. Spinning that ball. Probably would have hit the end line if Evans hadn't tried to make the play. Back to where we started here. Tied up at 9. Keaton Berry serving here in rotation 6. Perfect hand pass by Palos. And tip to the floor over the top of the block. Palos utilizing his length. Wexter, the opposite turn setter here for Rukkus. Float serves that ball comfortably out of bounds. Like I said, Rukkus getting ready for the second of a back-to-back match series here. They will rematch against the Phoenix Ascension at 11 a.m. Mountain. That's 1 p.m. Eastern. Oh, what a dig that time by Mon. Palos crushed that ball down the line in rotation 1. Beautiful piece of offense that time by Rukkus. Palos after that put away back to serve. Floater working on Coronado, overpassed. Wexter a little bit confused. This will be a free ball sent over by Evans. DuPont in rotation 1, right-handed. That's his offhand. Set from Como all the way to Jansen into the block but covered. Evans is roofed back into his head by Taylor Galliano, who might have at least 3, but definitely 4 now stuffed blocks in this set alone. Number 13 in Navy is everywhere. Ace serve, Keone Coronado with the lucky break off the tape. Como just watches that ball fall harmlessly on the Rukkus side. Really nothing you can do about that, and Irvine takes the lead, 12-11. Perfect pass that time by Evans. Evans high off the hands, nice block touch, slows it down. Dug by Lou, transition opportunity here, and tipped to the floor down the line by Humes. Excellent block touch that time. Irvine now with a 2-point advantage is going to trigger a Rukkus timeout. I really like the way Irvine's playing here. 13-11, we might be headed for set 5 here, folks. Stay tuned for more, set number 4. Out of the timeout here, Keone Coronado serving against Rukkus rotation 2. Where does Wexter want to go? This might just have to be Jansen on the right side out of system. Yes, it is. Over the top of the block. Was there a touch on its way out of bounds? Jansen's begging for it. I did not see one. So now the Irvine lead up to 3, 14-11. Dan asking for infos about the players. I think most of them, some of their roster info is up on the website at usavla.com. Link in the description. But I will get you guys some info on those guys. Coronado here, for example, the server out of Graceland University in the NAIA. Jansen, what a block touch that is. And I think a replay going to be called. Yes, that ball stuck in kind of this little trench in the ceiling. That's part of the HVAC air conditioning system. That ball not coming down anytime soon, and a replay is the call, so no point awarded either way. Funny play there off the block touch of Taylor Galliano. Coronado serving again, 14-11. Jansen's got to have this one, and he's rejected by Humes. Number 5 in Navy taking away the line, and I think a second timeout in this same rotation. No, actually not a timeout, but rather a substitution. Number 24 in gray and red, Liam Maxwell back into the match, replacing Matt Evans. Coronado again, 15-11 Irvine. Cuts that one short, handled easily by Como. Maxwell, welcome back to the match, tipped over the block. Now Coronado out of the pipe, nice rip, dug by Wexter. Jansen high into the hands, Galliano keeps it alive off of his own touch. This is Humes, big swing here. Tipped over the top and it falls. Excellent out of system off speed choice by Mason Humes out of Arizona State. And another substitution this time. Number 22, excuse me. Jacob Thanen replaces middle blocker Nick Capricio. So Rukkus trying to do anything to slow down the momentum in this run. Jansen again into the block and another stuff block that time. Galliano is everywhere. He's making absolutely every read. And Rukkus just cannot get out of this rotation. 17-11. Rukkus already used a timeout 4 points ago and a 4-0 run after the timeout by Irvine Xtreme. This is a crazy turnaround. Great work by Coronado continuing to serve in. This is Maxwell down the line, and a double contact by Naman. And finally, Rukkus out of the tough rotation. Oh, Dan, you want comparisons to high-level players? I actually like that. For those of you who are familiar with the top-level international game, let's see. Yeah, we can work with that. I like the Lucarelli comparison for Coronado for Rukkus. There he is on the Bic, right on cue. Dug by Thanen off the block touch, kept alive by Vaz. But into the net, can't quite be sent over on the third contact by Maxwell. Galliano here, the middle blocker, serving. Undersized, but you've seen his impact on the blocking end in this set. Also with the jump serve. Jansen down the line, a dig by Galliano, the middle blocker. Humes over the top, did he get the touch? No touch called. Vaz making the joke that telling Irvine to challenge that play. Of course, no challenge system in place here in the VLA. A goal of ours down the road. But considering that the camera you're looking at is a smartphone, shout out to Swish Live for this incredibly good-looking streaming platform. Challenge system, not something we're capable of here, but maybe the ball never lies as Jansen serves that ball out of bounds. (19-13) here, Irvine Xtreme on the verge of sending this to a fifth set. Vaz into the block, is covered pretty easily. Where does Wexter go here? Maxwell! Sharp cross court inside the one block, and Noliman and down. That's a huge play that time for Rukkus. Maxwell, an East Coast guy out of New Jersey in Belmont Abbey University. Big opportunity here to get his team back into this set. Jump serve handled by Humes. DuPont into the net out of the back row. A little bit too low. And a big block there anyway. So an important point on serve that time for Rukkus. They're within 4. This is not over yet. We saw a crazier comeback in the last set. Perfect pass by Lou. Humes cross court. What a dig by Como. Palos cross court. Another dig by Lou. Both liberos are everywhere right now. Palos with a dig that time. Free ball coming. Where does Xtreme go with this one? Bic to Coronado, and he puts it away through the block and off of Maxwell. Another good offensive choice that time by Mon to go to Coronado on the Bic. This has been a very good match, and I'm very impressed by both liberos. Number 1 in white, Kevin Liu, is a freshman in college at Cal Berkeley. A budding collegiate club volleyball career once he's able to get on campus after the pandemic is over. But a really good player here this weekend. Is there a touch off the block that time? No. Palos hits that ball out of bounds. And now the Irvine lead back up to 6, 21-15. We very well may be headed for a tiebreaker here for the second time this weekend. Dumped over by Wexter. That's 2 touches, and the third one by Coronado can't be sent over. Good pass by Lou that time. Barry out of the middle, dug by Maxwell, but not for long. Vaz diving, can't quite make the play after his serve. And both middle blockers this set, Galliano and Barry for Irvine Xtreme, having a huge impact offensively and blocking. 22-16 Irvine. Slapped that out of the middle by Thanen, kept alive by Barry. This is Coronado against 2 big blockers. What a dig that time by Como. Oh, a miscommunication on the set between Wexter and Thanen. And another middle dig, this time by Barry. Keeps it alive and turns into an Irvine Xtreme point, 23-16. What a performance by Irvine, looking to send this thing to 5. Nice float serve. Wexter, no double contact called, high off the hands. kept alive. Coronado to DuPont out of the back row. No blockers up. Dug by Jansen. Palos cross court off the block of Galliano, but out of bounds. And Rukkus finally out of that rotation, trying to seize some momentum as we head towards what looks to be an inevitable set 5. Can Wexter run it down off the block touch defensively? No, not quite. And set point coming up here. 7 of them for Irvine Xtreme. A huge turnaround. 24-17 the score. Mon with the honors. Thanen is rejected by Galliano. I wish I had the stats in front of me to count how many blocks Taylor Galliano had in this set. In set number 4 alone, at least 5, maybe even 6 stuff blocks by number 13 in Navy, and we're going 5, ladies and gentlemen. Rukkus in their second match of the weekend, their second 5-setter, a serious battle of attrition between these two teams. We'll do a coin toss, and a quick 15-point tiebreaker is coming your way in just a minute. Stay tuned. Set number 5 coming your way, and another lineup permutation this time for Team Rukkus. Jeff Schmitz, the setter, back into the match, and Michael Wexter still in, but this time at the opposite, his more natural position. Thanen in the middle, Palos and Maxwell the outside hitters. Wexter absolutely destroyed down the line. Wow, what a rip that was. Right in the shoulder of Barry, who probably has a Mikasa tattoo visible by now. One nothing Rukkus. Schmitz back to serve. Rukkus really putting their best lineup forward here, trying to win this match in 5. Galliano wrist away. And a middle blocker, Galliano, with an MVP caliber performance for Irvine Xtreme right now. Ties it up at 1. Wexter over the top of the block of DuPont, and that is absolutely unstoppable. Wexter back to his natural opposite position. Yeah, comparing him to Namir Abdelaziz, Mikey, I like that. Definitely the closest comparison that I can think of, a setter turned opposite. Of course, Namir, a Dutch setter, plays for Trentino in Italy. Humes out of the back row, just misses out of bounds wide of the sideline. Palos again with the float serve. He's tossing it with backspin. One-handed set. Galliano thrown into the block, kept alive on the Rukkus side. Joust is won by Thanen. DuPont is rejected by Thanen. That deflected off of DuPont on its way out of bounds off the block. Thanen with a nice move that time. Number 22 in gray and red, middle blocker out of Stanford, sealing the seam. Coronado barely kept alive. This is DuPont's one-footed jump, basically a left-handed slide approach, but blasted out of bounds. And now 5-1, the Rukkus lead here in set 5. Again, this set only played to 15. You still must win by 2. The teams will change sides when the first team reaches 8. But every point on serve, every hitting error, every stuff block, totally magnified in such a quick sprint sort of set. Rukkus off to a really nice start here, 5-1. Como to Wexter on the right side, tipped over the top. Diving Lou makes the pancake play. Maxwell detonating down the line. What a blast by number 24 in gray and red. And an excellent delivery from Schmitz that time. And that's going to be an Irvine Xtreme timeout. 6 serving 1. Rukkus has come to play here in set number 5. I want to take this moment in the timeout to shout out some of our sponsors and partners. Smack Sportswear, our apparel provider. Mikasa, the official ball sponsor of the VLA. Swish Live, our live streaming platform. And the Volleyball Festival, a huge juniors event in the greater Phoenix area that hosted us last night in State Farm Stadium, the home of the Arizona Cardinals, for 2 incredible matches in that great atmosphere. Today here in the Barney Sports Complex in Queen Creek, southeastern Phoenix suburb. A great atmosphere for us that we're going to be in all day long. A lot more volleyball coming here, and a great swing by Keone Coronado out of the timeout, getting Irvine Xtreme out of rotation 1. Good serve by Coronado, handled by Como. This is all the way back to Wexter, but a double contact called against setter Jeff Schmitz. Team IX not going down without a fight. 3 serving 6. Perfect pass by Palos. But the connection again between setter and middle blocker, or middle attacker in that case, not quite there. Thanen swims through the air trying to just get that ball over the net on the third contact somehow, but he can't. 4 serving 6 now. Just barely out of bounds on the serve by Keone Coronado. Just what Rukkus needed. Dan in the chat saying double contacts need to be removed from the rulebook. I actually disagree. I like holding these guys to a higher standard of ball handling. Tipped into the block by Humes, kept alive on the Irvine side. This is DuPont, cross-court, dug by Schmitz. Can Wexter have a swing at this? Yes, he can, but misses it short into the net. Rukkus letting Irvine hang around here. Now 5 serving 7. Remember, the teams will switch sides when the first team reaches 8. Galliano here, the middle blocker with the jump serve. Clips the tape, handled by Maxwell. Maxwell over the top of the block, sharp cross court, and that is another tremendous swing by number 24 in gray and red, and now the teams will switch sides as Rukkus seizes the lead 8-5. Wexter now back at the opposite serving. 8 serving 5. That ball passed and set a little bit too low, and Humes blasts it out of bounds. So a nice insurance point now for Rukkus, leading 9-5, only needing to get to 15 to take their first match win of the weekend. But like I said, Irvine not going down without a fight. Perfect pass and beat Barry out of the middle. May have been a stuff block by Vaz. I think that ball actually just missed into the net. So Rukkus running with some momentum after the side change. Wexter again. Passed a little bit off the net by Lou. This is Humes on the left side again. Explodes through a seam just between Schmitz and Vaz. Big point that time for Irvine. Some cool soccer moves displayed there by Kevin Vaz in between the point. Vaz, Paris, France native. Surely got some soccer skills in there. Also some volleyball skills, attacking that ball off the block. Chance here in transition. Humes for Irvine again. That ball into the antenna. Did it touch the block? No, it did not. So hitting air that time by Humes, and Rukkus sides out. Maxwell back to the line. 11 serving 6. Rukkus 4 points away. Perfect pass by Coronado. Barry into the block of Vaz. What a cover by Lou. And tipped to the floor by Noli Man. Good play, nothing wrong with that. Third contact live front row setter. Nicely located ball just inside the sideline in shallow right front. A point that Irvine had to have if they're going to have a chance here in set 5. Humes now serving with the floater. Working on Palos, the front row outside hitter down the line. Vaz detonates on that ball, crossbody again, hovering through the air. And now 12 serving 7. Rukkus closing in. Coronado is roofed by Thanen. What a block by number 22 in gray and red. Schmitz there as well. Rukkus with all the momentum, with a comfortable cushion, and only 3 points now. No, 2 points, excuse me, away from their first match win on the weekend. But again, they will be back in action in just about an hour against the Phoenix Ascension, full of firepower. A rematch of yesterday. What a block touch that is by Thanen. Pretty much a free ball opportunity here. Thanen out of the middle is dug by Humes. Wexter, Schmitz, Thanen off the top of the block and out of play, and match point coming up. 14-7, a dominant performance in set 5 here by Rukkus after all this competitive match first thing here in the morning. Vaz going to put in a jump spinner. Why not on match point, but misses it short. It is all up to Keaton Berry now. The middle blocker serving for Team Irvine Xtreme. Thanen out of bounds. Is there a touch? No, there is not. That ball definitely underset. And Irvine hangs around for one more point. Perfect hand pass by Maxwell. Palos a little bit in front of that ball, dug by Barry. Where does Mon go here? Humes out of the pipe, tipped and dug by Wexter. Palos for the match, high off the hands. Coronado right in between the arms of Jeff Schmitz. An explosive swing that time by number 3 in Navy, and Irvine Xtreme not done yet, forcing Rukkus into a timeout. 14-10. This would be an all-time comeback if Irvine could pull it off. Keaton Berry, a dangerous float server. This thing is not over yet. Again, guys, a lot more volleyball coming your way all day long. The match schedule should be in the description of this YouTube video. The next match live in just about an hour, 11 a.m. Mountain. That's 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. That will be the rematch of yesterday's classic 5-setter between Rukkus and the Phoenix Ascension. Barry out of the timeout. Schmitz, Thanen for the match, but he's rejected Galliano again. That guy is absolutely everywhere in this match. What an individual blocking performance by number 13 in Navy. And this thing is still not over. 11 serving 14. Tremendous read blocking by Taylor Galliano. Can it be enough for his team to come back in this match and force extras? Palos for the match, dug by Barry. It's over on 2 by Coronado. Into the ceiling, Wexter. Going to be a free ball here coming from Palos. Where does Mon go? Coronado into the block. That's the second contact sent over by Wexter. DuPont touched on the block. Wexter on the right side for the match, and that is it. Finally, Rukkus walks away with it. 15-11 set 5, an inspired performance by Team Irvine Xtreme, coming back in several sets, but it was not quite enough. The size, the talent, and the experience of Rukkus prevails. And an outstanding match between these two VLA Tier 2 Southern California squads, with some outstanding entertainment here first thing in the morning on Saturday. What a match that was. Rukkus walks away with the win, 3-2. Fun stuff live on the VLA YouTube channel here, ladies and gentlemen, and a lot more coming your way for the rest of the day. I'm going to grab an interview with one of the Rukkus guys on stream here. And then after that, we will see you in just about an hour for Rukkus versus Ascension, kind of the main event on the weekend. Going to be a blast to watch that one. So you know where to find us. We'll be right back with a quick interview. Garrett Komizarek, ladies and gentlemen. Como, of course, as we know him on the mic. Great match, dude. What a battle. I think you guys used every single player on the roster in an attempt just to get some guys some rest. What was that all like? Some crazy lineup combinations, but you were the only constant.
It was. We had to change our setter a little bit, change the outsides, middles, oppo. Still kind of building chemistry. You know, we haven't really played together a lot, but building camaraderie the last couple of days and just trying to have some fun out here.
It was definitely fun to watch, and you and Kevin as well, the libero on the other side, and all three liberos all weekend long have been everywhere. You guys are making a ton of plays. What are you seeing out there defensively?
You know, having a bunch of 6'8" blockers makes our jobs a little bit easier, so it makes the funneling right to us help. But we just got to stay aggressive, give There's a chance.
So about an hour and a quick turnaround against another battle with Phoenix. You played him yesterday in an amazing 5-setter. But now that you've seen him once, how is that going to adjust how you guys approach this second match coming up next?
Did a little, watched a little film last night. Did a little scouting report, so got the tendencies down. Hopefully they play just as consistent and keep battling.
Sweet. We're looking forward to watching it, man. The rematch is going to be awesome. Good luck, and keep your bodies fresh, all right?
Appreciate it, man.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Awesome match to start off the day. Rukkus beating Irvine Xtreme 3-2. Again, just in about an hour, another match. Rukkus versus Phoenix Ascension is going to be a barn burner. It was yesterday. It will deliver again today, I promise you. So 11 a.m. Mountain, that's 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Right here on the same YouTube channel. See you then. Rob St. Clair.